Habari Entertainment proudly presents Habari Live. Habari Live. From Phoenix, Arizona. And you're listening to the Habari Live podcast. The show that brings you news, sports, and entertainment for people who love HabariEntertainment.com. Here are your hosts, Aisha, Jimmy, and Damon Dipleen Ellison. Let's get it going. We are all the way live.
Good morning. We are thrilled to bring you the latest edition of Habari Live, your go-to podcast for the pulse of Phoenix and beyond. Like always, we are all the way live in Paradise Valley in Phoenix, Arizona. I'm Damon Dipleen Ellison. We will be your guide through the exciting stories and the everyday happenings in our vibrant community, your weekly dose of inspiration, innovation, and insightful conversations from the heart of our city. Let's get it going. Yeah, man. We're about to make it happen today, man. We're going to talk about some the news that have popped up throughout the week, some of the things that have gone on with the Trump administration, some and other top stories that we've seen this week. First off, let's get into AOC. She was out in Utah, and let's listen to what she had to say and what she was discussing out there in Utah.
And you know what, Utah?
Let's go.
That is the story that Republicans mock. Not mine, but all of ours. When they say that a waitress or working person is unqualified to serve in Congress. But the fact is, many of us are far more qualified to know what real life is actually like than any of them ever will. And I tell this story not because it is special, but because of how common and normal it is. While the details may differ, so many of us know what it feels like for life to be one bad day, one bad piece of news, one major setback, from everything feeling like it's going to fall apart. And we don't have to live like this anymore, Utah. We can make a new world, a better country, where we can fight for the dignity of all people. And it looks like living wages, Utah. It looks like stable housing, Utah. It looks like guaranteed health care, Salt Lake City. And it looks like respect for all of our differences, no matter who we are or where we come from. Oligarchy or democracy. And we are here today because we choose democracy. We choose freedom.
Yeah, we Independent TV put that out, man, and we wanted to play that because she's inspiring right now. She's inspiring the Democratic Party. She's getting people come out. Her and Bernie Sanders are taking the tour around the nation, and you have to respect what they're doing right now. So I just wanted to play that just for people can hear what she's out here talking about, and we gotta give inspiration, man, because right now it's a tough time. So I want to also talk about, man, what's going on with Harvard University, man. Trump has been attacking Harvard. He said he would block the educator from enrolling foreign students in their schools. What would it mean for Trump to revoke Harvard's tax-exempt status? Something else he's been talking about after cutting off $2.26 billion in funding. The U.S. president reportedly gave the IRS a potentially illegal order to do this. The U.S. government has threatened to ban Harvard University from enrolling foreign students, like I said. And after the institution said it would not bow to President Donald Trump's demands, he has hit them with a funding freeze. The White House has demanded that Harvard make changes to hiring, admissions, and teaching practices to help fight anti-Semitism on campus. Homeland Security, Kristi Noem, has asked for records on what she called the illegal and violent activities of its foreign students, visa holders. Harvard earlier said it had taken many steps to address anti-Semitism, and that demands were the effort to regulate the university's intellectual conditions. It's just I really feel as though, man, this president is the most authoritarian president we've probably had in the history of America. You hear Republicans always talking about that there should be separation between government and private companies, that government should not overreach and get into the everyday practices and everyday ideas of free enterprise. But what is he doing? What is he doing? He's going and he's taking making schools mold themselves into his ideas of what the school should be. Is that not insane? Is that not communistic? I mean, you Republicans always calling Democrats communist because they believe in socialism programs to help the poor, to help the needy, to help the old elders and the grandpas and grandmas of the world, and to help them when they need. But you're going to go into a school and tell them what they're going to do, who they're going to teach, how they're going to teach. This is Nazism. This is fascism. This is pure, disgusting, non-American, anti anti-establishment, the Constitution. This is not based on America, man. This is not America morals. This is ridiculous. Harvard can't teach the way they want to teach. Schools have to bend the knee to Trump and what he wants. He wants DEI out of schools. They hate affirmative action. They hate anything that has to help anybody or any minorities. This is insane. And for anyone to be pushing for this, man, dude, I have to question what type person you are. What type person are you that you're okay with this guy going to Harvard and other schools and telling them how they need to run their schools? And this is what everybody comes to America for, because these things don't supposed to happen here. These are the reasons why people came to America. This is the reason why America is supposed to be such a great place. It's supposed to be freedom, freedom of speech, freedom to say what you want to, believe what you want to, freedom to worship how you want to. These things are being taken away, snatched away, as we have a president who believes that he's king. So I just wanted to talk about that for a second, because it's just sad. So we're going to bring you the pulse of the people and the politics that shape the world. Today we're going to dive into the stories that highlight the intersection of power, policy, and the everyday lives of Americans. My first story, let's kick things off with a powerful moment from we already did from Utah. We already played that. AOC's rallying cry in Utah. We listened to that a few minutes ago. Congressman woman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez recently addressed the massive crowd in Utah, stating that working Americans are more qualified than many in Congress. Speaking alongside Bernie Sanders, she emphasized that the current policies hurt working families, and that the establishment knows it. It's a bold statement that resonates with many who feel disconnected from the decisions made in Washington. We already played the clip early, my bad. But it's ridiculous, man. So next we're gonna talk about some of the foreign students and some of the challenges that they are facing right now, with their visas being revoked.
Yeah, in recent weeks, Damon, several international students have filed lawsuits against the Trump's administration.
Hey,
over their revoked visas, arguing that, their legal status was terminated
Her camera
without due process, which, this has left many at risk of deportation and detention by ICE enforcement.
Yeah, man. It's been pretty ridiculous, man. What we've seen.
There you go.
What we have seen over the last couple weeks. Even in ASU, there have been kids that have been their visas have been revoked, and they're being removed from the schools and told not to come back. These actions have affected students from prestigious institutions like Harvard and Stanford to public universities like the University of Maryland and Ohio State. The Associated Press reports that at least 901 students at over 128 colleges and universities have been impacted since mid-March. So let's go into this clip, man, of these guys. The feds arresting Juan Francisco Mendez in Massachusetts. He was a Guatemalan immigrant with no criminal record. And look how they treated this guy.
This is the dramatic video of police using a sledgehammer-type tool to smash the window of their car and arrest the 29-year-old Guatemalan immigrant. Juan Francisco Mendez's lawyer says he was dragged out of the car on Tallman Street in New Bedford without a warrant. That lawyer says those agents were looking for someone else. And according to the lawyer, the man's wife was granted asylum status, and he right now is going through the process of applying for asylum.
Why they have to break that man's window like that?
Man, disgusting.
With an axe.
Disgusting behavior. Just disgusting.
American citizens are treating people like this.
It's disgusting.
Regardless of what your job title is, you still should be treating people with dignity and respect.
Smashing out the dude's windows.
Property damage.
They don't care. They're not even citizens the way they're looking at it. We're treating all people who are foreign like trash right now. I mean, it's sad, man. And you know the song "I'm Proud to Be American." I'm not so proud right now. I'm not so fucking proud because this is trash. I cannot believe the way they're treating people, man. And ICE, they love it. They've been let loose. That's the thing, and they're just foaming at the mouth to treat people like this.
They couldn't wait.
They couldn't wait till they got the order. Till the orders came down. You could treat people how the fuck you want to, and they all over it.
All over it.
All over it, bashing people's windows out, treating them like fucking trash. Man, dude, these are people who are enrolled in colleges.
Neo things, I agree. These are horrible vigilantes kidnapping people.
It's disgusting, man.
It is.
It is disgusting. Now, they're sending people to prisons without due process. And they're on TV. Oh, he's a criminal. He's a horrible father. Look how they talking about people, man. And this is the case of the Kilmar Abrego Garcia. It's been going on all week. Go ahead.
Yeah, Kilmar Abrego Garcia is a legal resident who was mistakenly deported to El Salvador and imprisoned without a trial. Despite a Supreme Court order for his return, the Trump administration has yet to comply with, arguing that they are not obligated to act unless El Salvador releases him.
It's a goddamn shame. This week we finally had a senator who grew some fucking balls, Senator Chris Van Hollen,
a Democrat
who went
from Maryland.
Right, he went down to meet with Abrego Garcia in El Salvador, highlighting the administration's defiance of judicial authority. So let's go ahead and play the clip of the senator talking and discussing the case.
$15 million to detain these prisoners, including the illegally abducted Kilmar.
$15 million, man.
The Trump administration paid El Salvadorian president $15 million
15 million.
of your taxpaying money to keep this man in prison. Your taxpaying dollars paid El Salvadorian president to keep this man locked up. How do you feel about that?
The $15 million is a goddamn disgrace. It doesn't cost that much to jail people in America. He could have just locked them up here. Look, all the money he's spending, it doesn't make any sense. I guess the reason why he's doing this is because he's trying to scare people to come here. Mm-hmm. But it just doesn't make any sense, man.
Mary Undoer of Knots said, ICE came to my neighborhood and yanked my grandma and ate her dinner while she was handcuffed.
Now, that sounds terrible.
It does.
I don't, it's a lot of stories like this coming out. A lot of people talking about the disgusting ways they're being treated by ICE as they are unleashed on the country without any rules, regulations. Mm-hmm. They're just doing what they want. It's just a goddamn shame, man. So we want to go into this video of the reporters questioning AG Pam Bondi about this case and what are they going to do about it? And let's see what she says.
Topic over the past few weeks, Kilmar Abrego Garcia in Maryland. He's in a prison now in El Salvador. He was sent there. You insist, the president, everybody in the administration insists that he is MS-13. It appears that there's not going to be any sort of trial. He's not going to come back. DHS said he would be arrested and redeported if he comes back. Why not show the American people the evidence that he's MS-13 so they can make an informed decision? And that goes the same with this Henry Josue Santos, who was picked up in Virginia, who is now presumably going to be deported as well. Why not show the public the evidence?
Well, he is an illegal alien who has been living illegally in our country from El Salvador. ICE testified.
No, down.
An immigration judge ruled he was a member of MS-13. An appellate judge ruled he was a member of MS-13. Hard stop. He should not be in our country. He was deported. They needed one additional step in paperwork, but now MS-13 is characterized as they should be, as an FTO, as a foreign terrorist organization. So he is not coming back to our country. President Bukele said he was not sending him back. That's the end of the story. If he wanted to send him back, we would give him a plane ride back. There was no situation ever where he was going to stay in this country. None. Yeah. He would have come back, had one extra step of paperwork, and gone back again. But he's from El Salvador. He's in El Salvador, and that's where the president plans on keeping him.
The evidence. We're not going to see the evidence.
Thank you.
We have the transcripts from the court hearings. I'll be glad to give you the court hearings from 2019, what we have, sure, with the rulings from the judges, gladly.
Well, the rulings from the judges and the evidence she's discussing, the cases were dismissed. What she's talking about from 2019, he got into it with his wife. They had some situations going on. She dropped the charges. Nothing came of it. They keep on saying he's a criminal, but he was never charged on anything.
Restraining order.
Right. But I mean, you have to be charged with something. And he wasn't charged with anything.
Exactly.
Nobody's saying that this guy is fucking perfect, but he needs to fucking go through due process before you can just take him out of the country. And that's all the Supreme Court has been saying is, hey, bring him back so we can discuss the evidence.
Go through
go through due process. That's all they're saying.
Mm-hmm. BG Wallace of TikTok said, you cannot be mad when this is what they voted for. How do you not recognize that? No one said we didn't recognize it.
We recognize that this is what they voted for because his voting block is a piece of shit people.
But we also have the right to be mad for what they voted for.
Well,
we didn't vote for that shit.
The problem is more of this. the way they're treating people.
Right.
Dude he's in America, and Americans have certain rights, regardless if you're a citizen, whatever. If you're in America, there's rights, and the right is due process. And it doesn't matter if you're not a citizen, you still get the right to go to court to share your side of the story and what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And if that court comes to the conclusion that you are a criminal and you should be removed, okay. But at least the guy gets his day in court. We're not even giving him that. You wouldn't want to be shipped off, and somebody just ships you off and you don't even get a chance to say your side, say what was going on at the time. They just gonna ship you off. It's terrible. I couldn't imagine waking up and somebody just moving me to fucking Venezuela or some shit just because they felt like it. This is disgusting, man. And anybody who agrees with this mess, man, I don't know what the hell is wrong. You can't be American. Or you can't care about American values or morals, because this is not America. So we talked about the financial incentives of the and international relations. Let's go into that a little bit more.
Yeah, Damon. It's been revealed that the Trump administration, like we said earlier, they paid El Salvador $15 million to detain the deportees, including Abrigo Garcia.
That's crazy.
It's astounding that our money, our tax-paying money, is going to a foreign country to keep people imprisoned.
Yeah. And we'll talk about it a little bit more later, but natural citizens are getting emails saying they need to pack up and leave.
Yep.
Because they were lawyers of immigration lawyers, or they wrote something that the administration didn't like.
Hold on. A U.S. doctor was also a recipient of that email. A doctor.
Right.
A physician.
Craziness, man. This raises concerns about the use of financial incentives in immigration enforcement.
Yep.
And the potential for human rights violations. So we already went into Senator Van Hollen discussing his meeting with El Salvador's prison and what he found out about the 15 million.
Right.
So I mean, it's crazy, man. So,
but I mean, that's not all. Rolling into the next part, the media and public perception of this is not all that great either.
Right.
I mean, look at what White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt, she's criticizing media coverage of the Abrego Garcia case, suggesting that the portrayal is overly sympathetic.
Go ahead and run that clip of her talking about how the media is not treating him like they want him to be treated.
On that note, the Democrat and media outrage over the deportation of Abrego Garcia, an MS-13 El Salvadorian illegal alien criminal who is hiding in Maryland, has been nothing short of despicable. Based on the sensationalism of many of the people in this room, you would think we deported a candidate for Father of the Year.
A Trump candidate for Father of the Year?
Man, dude, this lady right here is going to a special type hell. Straight up, man. Made just for her. She's evil.
Yep.
She's evil. Like, dog, the way she can get up there and just talk about people so evil and she's ugh. I can't stand that lady, dog.
But that's no different than any of Trump's other White House press secretaries. Because every single press secretary that Trump has had has talked to people the exact same way.
And she's a piece of shit.
And it's disgusting.
Look at this, Cheryl. You're not going to get the response that you want. We're ignoring you, so you can keep posting all that racist mess you want to. We're going to keep ignoring you, Cheryl Persons. I know that's not your real name, but we're going to ignore you. You can stop fucking posting bull and go on with your little whack ass life.
The comment before this says laws have been broken. Citizens are being deported. He isn't the only one. You're right. Citizens are being deported.
Right. That's what we're talking about. All the people that's being deported. All the people that he's treating like shit. All the visas that he's revoked. That's what we're talking about.
People who are active, who have asylum status. People who are currently in the process of getting their asylum.
Go ahead, switch that, brother. Yeah, man.
It's being turned away. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, man. It is ridiculous. So, such statements can influence public perception and potentially undermine the gravity of wrongful deportations. The way she is acting and talking about this man without proving anything. Mm-hmm. Only thing they have to do, if all this shit that they're saying is fucking real, prove it in court. Why won't they do that?
Yep.
I don't understand. Why won't they do that? That's so easily to prove it. If you got all of this fucking proof, fucking prove it. They won't do it. Oh, we're not doing that. We're not doing yeah, man, dude, y'all.
We're not going through due process.
I don't understand, man. I do not understand it. The way she talks to the media, like they're underneath her, like she's something special. I can't stand this lady, man. Caroline Levitt, I hope nothing but bad things for you. That's all I hope. So, the impact on families, man, has been amazing, man. So go ahead and talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, Abrego Garcia's wife has spoken out about the emotional toll on their family, emphasizing that the absence of her husband and the impact on their children.
It's a poignant reminder that behind every policy decision are real fucking people and families affected by these actions. Mm-hmm. The fact that they don't care about anybody, that they can't even take the time to prove what they are saying is true. If you are saying, if this person is a criminal, he's MS-13 or whatever the fucking gang is, prove it. Prove it. Put the proof on the fucking table. Prove it to the judge, and the judge will say, okay, to you deporting the man. But you don't even want to prove it. That makes us feel as though you don't have this proof.
They're hiding something.
They're hiding
the fact that they have no proof. And that they're hiding the fact that they made a clerical error.
Right.
They made a mistake, and they do not want to admit to making a mistake or being wrong.
Yeah. That's the motto. Never admit you're wrong.
What they're going to do is continue to, oh, he's a gang member. They're going to continue to push that narrative because it's the only narrative they have.
It's trash, man. So let's go ahead and listen to Abrego Garcia's wife speaking to the media.
Kilmer needs to come home.
Oh, Cheryl Pearson.
And it's time we see how exact this will be fulfilled. Enough is enough. My family can't be robbed from another day without seeing Kilmer. This administration has already taken so much from my children's, from Kilmer's mother, brother, sisters, and me. So, thank you.
What is this? Big Hog Huey, Big Hog Icy. What does he say? It's easy to prove when the guy has an MS. Why haven't that tattoo? Well, you're saying this, but you're the only fucking person that's saying this.
Right.
Because they've showed the dude tattoos many a times, and it nothing said fucking MS-13. So sit your lying ass down.
You the clown.
Fucking clown. They come in here talking about we're clowns. Fuck you, man. Straight up, dog. I do not like you people. On the real. Y'all piece of shit people, dog. You don't give a fuck about nobody. Because I wish they take somebody from your fucking family and throw them in fucking El Salvador. For your ass to be over here crying. And we don't care about your name, Cheryl. Straight up. You keep on coming on here talking about ghettos or next. We don't give a fuck.
They're going to mow down all the brown.
I don't live in a fucking ghetto, dumb bitch. Shut up, man. Dog, you people are fucking racist as hell. Come on over here with that bullshit, dog.
Who the fuck cares if it's a read script? You do know every news outlet reads a script, right? Every fucking news outlet.
He's talking about the girl. He's talking about the girl. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter
if she was reading a script.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter.
She wrote down what she wanted to get over.
That's what everybody in any media outlet. That's what they do.
She's not in the fucking media, babe. Damn.
How isn't she? She's the White House press secretary. That is media.
We're talking about the girl,
Carolyn Levitt. I know who the fuck we're talking about reading the script.
No, babe, we're not. We're talking about old girl who was just with the video we just played with the girl, Abrigo's wife. That's what we're talking about. You're tripping.
When you go to court, do you not have a
right? I
statement?
understand that. Yeah, that's why I agree with you. You do have people going to write down what they wanted, the points that they want to go over. That's the way it is.
She did that so she would not get emotional. She did that so she could get everything out that she wanted to say.
Definitely. I agree. That's what you do when you want to go in front of people. You want to write down what you think is important.
Exactly.
So that's fine. But you know how they are. They're going to try to make it like somebody gave her the script. She can't write it her fucking self.
Exactly.
So it's whatever, man. I agree with you, Cinti and Ghost. MAGA is a racist cult. 100%. Kilmore's wife had a script, and that is 100. Oh, yeah, it's okay.
It's okay.
Why wouldn't it be okay that she wrote something down? Why did it has to be that somebody else wrote it for her? She don't have a fucking brain? She knows enough to be able to write shit that down? I don't understand what you're saying, my guy.
Exactly. That's the whole point. What it's trying to say is like, it's 100% okay that she had her script. Anybody even when we're watching some of the police officers do news press conferences, they have a script of what they're going to talk about.
Are you too happy jobs are coming back to America? My brother, hey man, America is one of the highest paid places in the world. On average, what we make is above any other place in the world. To think that manufacturing jobs, these jobs that we have sent off to other people, is going to make us better is a misconception. Number one, we talk about it all the time. AI and robots are going to be the jobs that come back. It is not going to be for people like you, EM. It's going to be for people that have high knowledge in technology and who know how to fix these robotics and who know how to take care of these. It's not going to be humans on these. That's gone. Those days are over. Humans are not going to be running these machines anymore. And I don't understand why you people think that these old jobs are going to come back of people standing in fucking warehouse lines.
I agree with the Mott way. Republicans are as selfish as they are uneducated.
I agree 100%, the Mott way. Selfish. They don't care about anything until the leper's eating in their face. They don't care about anything until the racism and hate hits their door. They don't care about their neighbors. They claim that they are fucking religious, but they don't care about their neighbor. That's the number one thing is love their neighbor. It's unbelievable. Let's talk about content farmers making money off our dog. Let's talk about how in Arizona, our farmers who send out exports for alfalfa are hurting. You know what they're going to need? Another bailout. We're going to have to bail him out again like we did the first time he was in office. Every time we have to give these people money because they are not making the money that they were making before this jerk got into office. Now we got to bail out the farmers again because all the farmers' exports are going to China. China buys all the alfalfa. And what are we doing? Those exports are hurting Arizona farmers. They're trying to figure out, and what the farmers say, oh, I'm a Trump supporter. So we don't even care that this is happening to you. These MAGA rubes think they're going to be working in a factory making shoes, earning a good living with benefits and retirement. They're a whole ass dumb and screwed this country over their ignorance.
Yep.
You are
exactly.
No, content farming, not produce farming. What are you talking about, man? What are you talking about, bro? Give us more information on what you're saying. Content farming. Yeah, man. A lot of people are saying this, Monita Daniels, that no, this Adita Shakula, that it will work in the long term. I just don't agree. I don't think that we're going to become a manufacturing country again. It's not going to happen, man.
The manufacturing that we'll be doing will be AI. It will be technologically based manufacturing. We're not going to have manufacturing like cars. They're not going to bring their manufacturing back.
Well, I mean,
because look at Michigan, Detroit.
Yeah,
they were a big manufacturing for vehicles. Not so much. Technology base is what you need to focus on.
Dog, this dude talking about content farming, the practice of producing large quantities of low quality repurposed content primarily to drive tracking and generate. So that's what you're saying we're doing? Or we're just talking about what's going on, brother, and on our channel. And we like to inform people and also at the same time give our ideas of what we think is going on. That's all it is, man. We're a media company. We're called Habari Entertainment. We do news. We do journalism on our website. This is what we do. So I don't know what to tell you, man. Oh, goodness, people are weird. All right, so we got judicial pushback on an executive defiance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Damon, the administration's refusal to comply with court orders has led to strong rebukes from the judiciary. And a federal appeals court described the government's stance as shocking, emphasizing the importance of the rule of law.
Oh, man, it's crazy, man, that these people really believe they're above the law. Trump really believes he's a king. He doesn't. He loves throwing things to the Supreme Court when he doesn't like the outcomes of certain cases from lower courts. He throws it to the Supreme Court thinking that he's going to get his fucking way. But then when the Supreme Court tells him no due process, he still don't even fucking listen to them.
He just ignores them, just like they were saying in the town hall this week.
It's insane. This dude still doesn't listen to people. This situation underscores the tension between the executive and the judicial branches and the potential erosion of constitutional norms. This is a constitutional crisis, period.
Yep. Robert Sterling, get a real job, bald head. Ain't nobody bald over here, bruh.
Man, I don't know what this dude talking about. Dude, these people are weird, man. You think I don't work? You think I have this studio? You think the government's giving me money for? You think I get aid and they pay for my whole life? Like, y'all racism is crazy, bro.
Right.
I have a job. Dumbass. It's on you.
I mean, it's crazy.
No, so let's go ahead and go into the clip of Trump discussing deportation policies with President Bukele. I think it's the one up. Go up. Huh. I thought we brought that one in. Just give us a couple moments. We're going to play this here. Is it that one? Yeah, let's play that one. That's fine.
They love you. They love what you do. I'm not feel supportive. I want them to do, homegrown criminals next. Yeah. I said homegrowns are next. The homegrown's built. You got to build about 5 more places. Yeah, that's fair. All right. It's not big enough. No, yeah. Come on. So this is a much different office than you're. Demanded the people wanted to change everything, and they wanted
on a hot mic.
They love you. They love what you do. I'm not feel supportive. I want them to do, homegrown criminals next. Yeah. I said homegrowns are next. The homegrown's built. You got to build about 5 more places. Yeah, that's fair.
All right, go ahead. So he doesn't know if this is legal or not to do what he's trying to do, but he's still going to go forward with it. He's talking about sending criminals from America to El Salvador. He's talking about helping El Salvador build 5 more prisons. This is disgusting, man.
It is.
American citizens, he's talking about sending to these disgusting ass prisons, man, where they make people sit with the lights on 24/7. Yeah, man, I agree that criminals should be treated badly. They should not have the best accommodations, but they should not be treated like pieces of shit. What they're doing down there in El Salvador is not American. That's against everything that's in our Constitution. Yeah, criminals deserve to be in jail. They deserve to be locked up. But do they deserve to be treated the way those people were treated? Making them put their heads down, shaving their hair off. The way they were just manhandling those people, man. The way they were treating them. Then they make them sit in a cell with 800 of them in the same cell. They just sitting there with all the lights on, man. That is insane. And Trump loves it. This shows you what type person he is. He loves it. Oh, we got bad apples here. We want to send them the bad apples. Like, it's trash, bro. It is trash. And this is because he's a piece of shit person. This is how he treated the Central Park 5.
Yep.
Took an ad out. One of them kids dead. Kids innocent of the crime. He's never apologized.
Never. And it would still say that they did it.
Yeah. He don't care, man. He don't give a fuck about brown and black people. So we got broader implications for U.S. citizens, man. We need to work. We need to look at what's going on. I know y'all laughing and you love seeing the immigrants suffer, but as we see these implications come to American citizens' emails telling them to leave the country.
Yep, you're right. There are growing concerns that the administration's stance could set a precedent for the treatment of U.S. citizens, with discussions about deporting citizens who commit violent crimes. Where are you going to deport them? They're American-born citizens. You're going to go put them in a foreign country that they have no ties to?
Yep.
And you're going to send them to El Salvador, pay El Salvador $15 million
a person to get them out of there. We're going to make them rich. Such measures challenge the fundamental rights of citizenship, man, and to due process.
Yep.
So, I mean, we played a video of this dude wanting to deport American citizens. And he's happy at the possibility of getting it done. As he told Pam Bondi to look into it and what they can do to see if they can find any way that they can deport people born in America.
Aditi Shakula, she said he is not sending more people than Biden every month.
Man, I don't even know what you're saying. Biden did not do a great job when it came to immigration. I don't know if he was
one of his failed areas.
Yeah, I don't know if he was just focused on COVID and the issues that was going on. I don't want to give him any excuses. Obama did a great job. They called Obama the deporter in chief.
Yep. And Trump is trying to take over.
Obama had the record for the most people deported.
And that's what Trump wants to break.
Right,
he wants to break that record.
The people he deported were criminals. The people that he deported were people that was bad. And we didn't have all this mess that we have right now.
Right.
So, I don't know, man. International diplomacy and the conflicts behind it. Go ahead.
Yeah, Damon, in international news, Secretary of State Marco Rubio and Vice President J.D. Vance have both expressed skepticism about the feasibility of ending Russia's war on Ukraine.
Yeah.
Indicating that a potential shift in U.S. foreign policy.
Yeah, President Trump has also made statements suggesting that Ukraine bears responsibility for the conflict, a stance that has drawn criticism. He has pretty much blamed Ukraine, the war in Ukraine, on Ukraine.
Even though Russia invaded Ukraine in 2022.
Mm-hmm. He's put it all on them.
It's
their fault.
That's just like he's basically saying Ukraine needs to apologize to Russia for Russia invading Ukraine.
Mm.
Ukraine, I'm sorry. You
Yeah,
invaded me. I'm so sorry. Here, you could take my land. I'm sorry.
Do we have the video of Marco Rubio talking about it? Is that him? Yeah, see, we have that. It's got to be in there.
It's got to be.
I thought I put it in there. I don't see it. That's wild. Play the one. Go down. Play that right there.
Realize that the taxonomy of politics in America is dead. It's not left and right. It's not even Republican or Democrat. There's one line that divides us. Do you love America or do you hate America? It's really quite that simple. And we have people who love America, like the president, like his cabinet, like the directors of his agencies, who want to protect Americans. And then there is the other side that is on the side of the cartel members, on the side of the illegal aliens, on the side of the terrorists. And you have to ask yourself, are they technically aiding and abetting them? Because aiding and abetting criminals and terrorists is a crime in federal statute, Rob.
Oh, man, this dude. These people say they love America by being evil to others. It's just crazy.
Right.
And what we were talking about earlier, I think this was the wrong video, but we was going to play the video of Trump responding to Zelensky requesting for missile purchases, where he was saying, "Oh, this guy always want missiles." He's getting bombarded right now. The amount of people that's dying in Ukraine is multiplying every day.
Every day.
It's really sad what's going on there, man. And what are we doing? We're not doing anything. He got into office and he said he would end the crisis in 24 hours.
24 hours is what he said.
And it seems like it's doing nothing but getting worse and worse.
Worse. Jack Ripper said he wants Ukraine to give 5 regions, like states in the U.S., to Russia.
Man, I don't understand, man. Why are we with the Russians so much, man? You know, he finally had a moment where he stood up to Putin a little bit, and he was saying that it's Putin's fault, and he keep pushing this forward, but he keeps going back to being a bully to Zelensky.
Right.
And Zelensky is the one that's getting bombed all the fucking time. So it's weird that he feels though he has to pump up the communists. And he has to pump up this guy Putin, and down Zelensky as much as he can.
As much as he can.
And he's a Russian propagandist. He pushes more Russian propaganda than the Russian media. I mean, to blame Zelensky for a war that he was pushed into is insane. I just don't get it, man. I'm so confused how so many people are with him. And like I said, the right love to point and call the left communists,
right,
because of socialism. But being cool with Russians, pushing Russian propaganda, making our country where people don't have the freedoms to express themselves, people don't have the freedoms to go against Israel. They can't say anything against Israel and what they're doing over there.
Shakula said, "Why fight their fights? Let them fight themselves. Why do you want our tax money to fund them?"
Dude, our tax money funds all type war across the world. And you see what's going on with the Houthis, how he's bombing them. You don't have a problem with that though, huh? Because it's protecting the Israelis.
Jack Ripper, Ukraine gave up nukes in 1994 in exchange for the U.S. security guarantees.
There you go.
That's the reason. That right there. Just so you know, this little comment right here.
That's how you do it.
That's why.
And I mean,
our taxpaying money goes to
how
Ukraine.
Is Russia pushed to defend itself?
Russia is the one that
they're the one that started it. They invaded
Ukraine.
How are they?
They started the war.
Well, a lot of people try to say that since Ukraine may have joined NATO, that since they were going to join NATO, that makes Russia feel that though they had to defend themselves. So they're going to push this country like NATO has ever attacked Russia, like anybody has ever came and did anything to fucking Russia.
Right.
But they felt as though because Ukraine may join NATO, that is a push that they need to make sure that NATO doesn't cross a certain point, because that's getting close to their borders. When you're a dictator and you're trying to take over other countries, you're going to have these problems. If they weren't trying to remake their borders to the old USSR, this wouldn't be a problem that they have. But this is what they're trying to do.
Now let's remember that Russia does not want Ukraine to be part of NATO.
No.
But Russia is not a member of NATO.
No, that's the reason why they don't want them to be one. Because
they do
feel like
have some
NATO
degree of interaction with NATO
Mhm.
through programs like Partnership for Peace. But its relations with alliances have become highly strained, particularly due to the Russian-Ukrainian war, which Russia started.
Right. Russia started. I don't understand why so many people keep trying to blame Ukraine for what's going on. It's kind of ridiculous to me. How do you get invaded and lose your territory from your country and it's your fault? Like, they don't want anything from Russia. They don't want Russia territory. Russia wants Ukraine.
Yep.
They want Ukraine. They want the old USSR borders from when they were a superpower. That's what they want back. That's that's what he's trying to do.
That's his end goal.
That's his aspirations. That's all he wants. The Ukrainians provocated the war. It doesn't want NATO proxying the war through the use of Ukrainian military. Man, that's ridiculous, bro. That is 100% ridiculous what you said. Tim Smith, it was the biolabs is why Russia invaded Ukraine, which was USA. I don't know, man. It seems to me it's more about territory. Because what was the first thing he said when he was talking about what he wants from Ukraine if they was to become to a peaceful negotiation? He doesn't want to give up that land that they've been able to take. That's the first thing that he was saying. It's about land. It's about resources. All these things that you guys are talking about that's excuses. No, I do not think America is innocent, but I do not think that the Russians sending bombs and bombing kids is right. The U.S. created the distress to bring Zelensky. I don't know if I agree with that. I don't know. I know the U.S. do a lot of bad things, but it seems to me that the Russians have an idea what they want. They have a certain place that they're trying to get to. Sentient ghost, my bad. Watch all the cultists come up with their conspiracy theories to defend their horrible ideology. Their Christo-fascist, racist, period. I have to agree, man. They're going to keep on coming up with excuses. Yep. They're with communists. Could you imagine all the people from World War II seeing the people and the president acting like this, how they would feel right now? All the people that laid their lives on the line to fight the Nazis. All the people that laid their lives on the line during the Cold Wars. All the people who was anti-Russian, anti-communist. Mm-hmm. We've been fighting against communists for almost 100 fucking years. And y'all are now with them. Y'all are now rooting for them. Y'all don't understand that these people are our enemies. They don't like our lifestyle. They don't like nothing that the West is about. But it's a lot of Republicans who feel the same way because they don't want gay people to exist. They don't want brown people to exist. They don't want black people to exist. They don't want trans people to exist. They don't want woke people to exist. Yep. They don't want anybody to fucking exist except white people. They don't want anybody in power except white men. Yeah, man, I would even take that piece of shit Reagan over this garbage. At least Reagan was against them motherfuckers. At least Reagan knew who our enemies were. For some reason, Trump think the fucking Putin is his friend. He think that's his homeboy. Putin would stab you in the back, bro, if you gave him the chance. He would slit your fucking throat, Trump, if you gave him a chance. You're too dumb to fucking realize it. Even Reagan knew to hate these motherfuckers. Everybody in Europe know to hate these motherfuckers. But for some reason, America, we're gun-ho. We're with it. We're with it. We're making excuses, trying to tear down our alliances that we've had with NATO since the fucking 40s. Why didn't they invade Sweden and Finland for joining NATO in 2023 if Russia didn't want enemies on their... Hey, I don't know. That's a good question, but it seems like Sweden and Finland is part of the UK, right? That's a little farther away from Russia, if I'm not mistaken. Ukraine is right on the border of them. They're right next to Russia. Finland and Sweden is a little while away. It's a little more west, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't, and Sweden and Finland has never been part of USSR. Ukraine was. So there's history there. There's no history of Russia owning Sweden and Finland.
Although they are neighbors. Finland and Sweden are both geographically close to Russia, with Finland sharing a land border of 830 miles with Russia, while Sweden, not directly bordering Russia, is located in the Baltic Sea or on the Baltic Sea and shares maritime borders with Russia.
Right. Right, but it's never been part of the USSR regardless.
No, it's not. It's never been a part of the USSR. Part of that.
It's never been part of the USSR ever. They do border with them. I was incorrect about that. I thought it was a little farther west than that. But yeah, you're correct. But Finland was a part of Russia. I don't know if Finland was a part of the USSR, bro. I will have to look that up, man. No, you're correct. Finland is close to Russia. I was mistaken on that.
No, Finland was not part of the USSR.
I know they wasn't. They were not part of the USSR. They never have been. Although, so that's why they would not feel...
Finland was briefly under the sphere of influence of the Soviet Union after World War II. It remained an independent nation.
Yeah.
It lost some territory to the Soviet Union following the Winter War and the Continuation War, but it never actually became a republic within the USSR.
Right. For sure. Yeah, I can admit I was incorrect. I thought it was a little more west than from them. But yeah, it does share a border, but they have never
one said
ever
that Sweden was a Baltic country. We said Sweden shared. It's in the Baltic region. It shares maritime borders with Russia.
Okay, you're Scandinavian. We love to learn. That's dope. Thank you, Charles RH.H. We're learning, man. That's what it's all about, right?
Mm-hmm.
You want to learn. But I only think I know that they was not a part of the Russian Empire, the USSR, from back in the day.
But they are a border. They do share an 830-mile border.
Mm-hmm, definitely, which is crazy. I did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get into some of the goofy moments in politics this week, man.
Right. On a lighter note, Vice President J.D. Vance.
Go ahead, switch it, bro.
Recently mishandled the college football playoff national championship trophy during a ceremony, leading to some humorous reactions.
It's a moment of levity amidst serious discussions, reminding us of the human side of our dumbass leaders. So let's look at J.D. Vance mishandling a championship trophy like an idiot. Oh, we forgot to bring that one in. I can't find it. It's disappeared. What the hell? Oh, there you go. Third line. To the left. Down one more. To the left.
Watch this. Oh. Oh, shit.
They're in the back laughing like...
Nobody could keep a straight face when he did that. Their faces was like, oh.
Dog. Perfect, man. Perfect. That just shows you what we're dealing with, man. These are our leaders, bro.
Man.
This dude, why did he even move it? He should have just let the player just pick it up. I don't know what he was doing, man.
He wanted to hold that trophy
Man,
himself.
dog.
He wanted to be the one to hand the trophy over.
Clumsy. JD Vance, man.
Butterfingers.
Man, dog, that dude. He's a special one, man. He is definitely a special one. He was calling Chinese immigrants peasants this week. And this dude can't even pick up a trophy. I bet you a peasant would have did a great job of picking that up and not having the clumsy 2 left hands that this dude had.
Right.
It's ridiculous,
man. They wouldn't have had Butterfingers.
This dude is ridiculous, man. So let's go on to the final thoughts right here, man, for this discussion this week.
Yeah, Damon, today's discussion, it does highlight the complex interplay between policy decisions and their real world impacts on individuals and their families.
Yeah, man. As always, we encourage our listeners to stay informed and engaged. And until, the next time with Habari Live, we'll keep you updated, man. So let's get into Hot Mess.
Now we got a couple other stories we got to go through.
Okay, let's got a couple stories. For sure.
Yeah.
You had the one with RFK, right?
Yeah, I do. But first, as we talked about it a little bit earlier today, Lisa Anderson. She is the physician that is American born. She is from Cromwell, Connecticut. And on Wednesday, she told NBC that she had recently received an email from the Department of Homeland Security telling her that it was, quote, "It is time for you to leave the United States."
Wow.
The email to Anderson came days later after a Boston immigration attorney who is also a U.S. citizen, who also received an email from DHS telling her that she also needed to leave the country within 7 days. This is also days after this happened. This week, another gentleman was detained, arrested, and deported. Detained and stuff because they thought he was not a citizen. But after the court in Florida determined that this gentleman was a U.S. citizen by validating his birth certificate and having his mother attend court to show his social security number and his birth certificate to show his place of birth as the United States.
So you got to have your mama there.
These are citizens.
Your ID, a birth certificate, grandma saying, yeah, that's my baby. And then you'll be like, what? Holy shit, bro.
You got to have everybody in your family come verify.
Now, this is a Dave Chappelle skit, man.
For real.
This is ridiculous. Like, dog, what the fuck is going on? You motherfuckers can't do your due diligence to make sure that the people that you're fucking arresting aren't the fucking citizens? Like, this administration is incompetent. They're fucking idiots. They're fucking idiots. They're talking about DEI and how black people ain't supposed to be in the positions they are, and they go and put in a whole bunch of people who can't even do their jobs.
Right.
You can't even take an extra minute to see if this person is a fucking citizen before you go after them. They're sending out emails just to anyone.
To U.S. citizens.
Like, what the fuck is going on?
You could be next to get that email.
Dude, this is just pure incompetence, man.
It is.
It's idiotic.
It is. And, earlier we were talking about,
ahead,
I believe we mentioned the tariffs and how they're affecting families and things like that, right? Well, guess what? China founded e-commerce sites, Temu and Shein. Hey, y'all like to buy y'all's clothes from Shein? Y'all need to be listening to this right now because guess what? Shein and Temu both said this week in statements that they both plan to raise their prices for U.S. customers starting this week. A ripple effect from President Trump's attempts to correct the trade imbalance between the world's two largest trade economies by imposing a sky-high tariff on goods shipped from China. Temu, which is owned by the Chinese e-commerce company PDD Holdings, and Shein, which is now based in Singapore, said both in separate statements that, they, due to the increased operating expenses,
they're gonna have to put those prices
they
on the
will
people.
now have to relay those expenses down to you as the customer. So when you going on Shein to buy you and your kids those matching outfits,
right,
instead of paying $15 for it, you're now gonna pay close to $40 for that same outfit.
Goodness. So who gets hurt in this war? Who gets taxed in this mess? Us.
Just like the Republicans were saying last week when we were on the show, running the video clips last week of the Republicans saying that we're going to be the ones paying that tax. We are the ones indeed paying that tax, and China has confirmed it for you.
Now they're going to try to play dumb. But Republicans knew, and they know what fucking tariffs are.
Yep.
They know what it does to the economy. They know who is affected by these tariffs. And they're trying to act dumb now because it's President Trump who is the one that's implementing these stupid ass tariffs.
Yep.
It's dumb. So what's the next one?
Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. said that the growing rates of diagnoses for autism is an epidemic. He's saying that this epidemic points that autism and behavioral health researchers are saying does not reflect the reality of the disorder. The Autism Society of America described some of Kennedy's claims as harmful, misleading, and unrealistic. Daniel Openen, president and CEO of Southwest Autism Research and Resource Center, released the following statement saying, in part, and I quote, "We're supportive of research to better understand the potential causes of autism and believe it should be carefully conducted with the utmost scientific rigor. But in the meantime, 1 in 31 children in the U.S. have autism, and their focus needs to be on getting children, teens, and adults with autism access to effective, evidence-based therapies and services."
Yeah, man. Let's go ahead and play that video of RFK discussing
this is an individual tragedy as well. Autism destroys families. And more importantly, it destroys our greatest resource, which are our children. These are children who should not be suffering like this. These are kids who, many of them were fully functional and regressed because of some environmental exposure into autism when they're 2 years old. And these are kids who will never pay taxes. They'll never hold a job. They'll never play baseball. They'll never write a poem. They'll never go out on a date. Many of them will never use a toilet unassisted. And we have to recognize we are doing this to our children.
Oh my God. This guy here.
Oh man, dog.
He said they would never use a toilet unassisted.
Man, I really think that he has special needs kids and autism mixed up. I don't know what's wrong with this dude. The many kids that are autistic, like many grown-ups that are autistic, like Elon Musk. He's the richest person in the world. He's on the spectrum.
Exactly.
There are many people that are
on the spectrum,
and they are living their life.
Well-functioning adults.
Very functioning. They do their thing. Now, there are different levels. There's levels to everything.
There's levels to autism.
For him to go up there and make that blanket statement, and then he also said that by September, they will be figuring, get the fuck out of here.
Right.
These people have been trying to figure out autism for decades. And you're going to sit here and you're going to figure it out in 6 months. Get your ass out of here. Like, what the man, dog? I swear, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. But, also this week, we had 2 people killed and 6 were injured after an active shooter opened fire on Florida State University campus in Tallahassee on Thursday.
Very sad.
Law enforcement said at a news conference that, this was a news press conference on Friday where the police clarified to CBS News that the 5 that were injured were wounded by gunfire and the 6th person was injured while fleeing the scene.
Yeah.
The suspected gunman was also shot by the police and was taken to a local hospital where he has been remained in the hospital since Friday. The alleged gunman has been also identified as 20-year-old Phoenix Ickner, an FSU student who is the son of Leon County Sheriff's deputy.
Right.
Leon County Sheriff Walter McNeil said during his briefing on Friday. So what we know is that the suspected shooter is the son of a Florida State Sheriff's deputy.
Right. It's
who used the sheriff's deputy's prior service weapon to commit the crime.
Right. It's sad, man. And we've heard a little bit about the gentleman so far, about the alleged shooter. But let's play the video of another person who went to school to FSU with him, and they were in a group together. And let's hear him and his discussion.
A political club at your former college. So what can you tell us about who he was?
I'm not going to speculate as to why he might have done it, but Phoenix had a history of espousing alt-right and white supremacist rhetoric. I remember hearing somewhere that at some point he said that Rosa Parks was in the wrong. He continued to do this, and when he was part of that club, to which I was president, it got to the point where we had to ask him to leave. And at some point after I had left, he had been allowed back, and according to the current president, he continued to espouse white supremacist rhetoric. Now, I'm not going to say whether that's why he would have shot up the school or not, but there was a history there. I don't think it had anything to do with him being quiet or off. We really don't know.
What would have led you to remove him from this club?
It got to the point really where he was making enough people uncomfortable to where it was either he shows up or a good number of people show up. And that's kind of when we had to make that decision. But he took it well, all things considered, nothing to raise a red flag. And from what I understand, he ended up at the Turning Point chapter on campus, seemed to have found friends there, I guess. But I haven't really kept up with him much since then. I've seen him a couple times in passing, but he, seemed fairly normal.
Now, so go ahead, bring us back. Now, the kid, all the way at the top. The kid seems to be a white supremacist. Nobody thought that was weird. At least this guy kicked him out the group. But everybody else just tried to treating him like a normal guy. Nothing out of ordinary. It's just another racist.
Right.
Another Trump voter, alt-right racist. Going around shooting up everybody, killing everybody because of their crazy ass ideologies that's being pushed online and at Fox News.
Yep.
Everybody has to suffer because these people are running around hating all black people, brown people, gays, trans, anybody that's different than fucking them.
Yep. And I just thought it was just weird. Like the fact that Phoenix is not his real name. That is a name that he changed his name to.
No.
So let's make that known. It has been reported that he did change his name at some point during his college years.
Okay.
But it was also reported that he was kidnapped by his biological mother. His biological mother came out in a statement and said that she's always been concerned about his mental health. But there you go again. Every time it's a school shooting, it's always mental health.
And we do nothing about it.
And
all
Trump
the red
says,
flag
we're gonna
laws,
protect Second Amendment.
all the red flag laws that across the state are in Democratic states. Florida, the governor there, DeSantis, dumbass, he said no on the red flag laws. Every time it's a fucking school shooting, oh, he had mental issues, but we won't do shit about it. It's so fucking dumb. Every time, oh, he had mental. Why the fuck we let him get a gun? Why the fuck we let him be even close to guns?
My question is, being that he was the son of the sheriff's deputy, why didn't the sheriff's deputy have her or his service weapon out of access to this child, to this kid?
But number one.
That's your number one priority right
number
there.
Number one, it was already fine. It already has came out that he was a part of some of those police clubs where teens can become a part of the police department.
Right, that he was getting training from the police department.
He had access to guns regardless.
That he should not have had access to.
No, because he obviously had mental issues.
Right, and that's why I'm saying he shouldn't have had access to those weapons because of his mental health issues.
Yes, I understand what you're saying. But that nobody was paying attention to that, like always.
Like always. Exactly.
Like always. Nobody cares about the mental issue until the motherfucker go and shoot up everybody.
Then it
was some mental stuff going on.
Right. That's real hot mess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Get ready for the week's Hollywood Hot Mess with Aisha Rowan.
That's not. This week for the hot mess, I am giving it to the father of the Metcalf father.
Mm-hmm.
Because during a press conference this week featuring the parents of the accused teenager of the stabbing of another teen at a track meet on Thursday, the victim's father was escorted out of the press conference by police after he unexpectedly appeared at the press conference. Kyla Hayes, the accused's mother, took to the podium right after Jeff Metcalf was removed and said that her family has been threatened, harassed, and their home and work addresses have been posted publicly online. And the family has also been receiving death threats.
Mm-hmm.
But you show up to the press conference.
Yeah. Go ahead, switch it. I can't say why the gentleman came. I don't know why. No one has spoken to him to try to get his side on why he came.
But he shouldn't have been there.
I don't understand why he did it. I don't know, but it's definitely weird. It's a weird situation. He should not have been there, but I don't know why he came or anything, so we don't have the full story on that. But it's the problem I have with this story is just the racism, man. You know, a lot of people, you know what I mean? Even in the school shooting situation, I saw comments of people saying, oh, it was self-defense. By them trying to use the Carmelo.
They're saying...
No, they were just being sarcastic because they were trying to say that, you know, when black people do something, we're always trying to come to their defense and say it's self-defense.
Right.
Because in this one case, people are saying that. Not every case. I mean, is it black people kill people every day, just like white people kill white people every day, and it's not this situation. But because people saw that he was being grabbed by someone else, that a teenager was trying to make him move from the tent. Then they looked at that. They looked at that as he could have just been defending himself. A lot of people online, a lot of the racists was like, "Why he take a knife?" But you the same people that didn't have a problem with Rittenhouse taking a gun across state lines.
But didn't it come out that he did not have a knife? It was a cleat sharpener?
Supposedly it's a cleat sharpener. There's a lot of information coming out. We don't have it all. So I try to keep my mind try to keep my opinions until all the information comes out. because it seems like, you can't jump on any side until you know everything. But, as my whole question been the whole time is, why was the teens trying to make him leave? Why was the teenagers think that they can come and physically grab him and make him get out of the tent without going into an adult? I've seen a lot of people, Charleston White, he had a knife, so it doesn't matter. He had a knife on the school premises. And a lot of people are saying it wasn't a knife, that it was a cleat sharpener. So we don't know for sure. But when the information comes out and people are wrong, and they have jumped to the side of automatically saying that this kid is a murderer, will you apologize? No. All of these people who are, I understand that a lot of hip hop culture, you mix it in and say that's black culture, and you say this is how black people are, all of us, because you see some shit on the rap some video and shit, you think everybody's like that. Charleston White is a big pusher of that, or he's a Trump voter. So for him to come up and say, hey, the kid did it, he doesn't care because he had a knife on the premises, it doesn't matter. This is the people who are against us, man. This is the people. I don't know what's going to happen with this kid. We're going to watch the case and see what happens. But it just kills me that so many people are jumping to conclusions and saying that this kid is guilty. In their heart, they just feel as though it's guilty. And we've seen another case where a white kid stabbed a Mexican kid. He's not getting that hate. The white kid, for some reason, isn't getting assumed that he's fucking guilty. For some reason, I seen people on there saying, "Oh, the white kid, he was protecting himself." Like
when he walked up to another student.
I don't know much about that case with the white kid and the Mexican kid. The only thing I know is that somebody got stabbed, and for some reason, everybody's okay that the white kid went out. He went home and he got his bail reduced, and he went home. It's okay. But when the car does it, it's injustice. The black kid has to be fucking guilty. We don't have to go to court. We don't have to see all the evidence. They just immediately know if he's black, he's fucking did it. And that's the racism that I hate to fucking see online, but that's what it is. It's 100% just black people and white people just going at it online over this racist dumb shit, man. The judge was getting people demeaning the judge, saying the judge is black. She's just trying to look out for her people. Do you say that when it's a white judge and a white person? No.
Not at all.
But when it's black people, they're just looking out for each other. The racism just does not stop. The judge saw the case. She looked at the details and she felt as though this kid he has the option. He's a good kid. He hasn't done anything. He has no record. He gets A's and B's. He's on the football team.
Dominique Alexander of Next Generation Action Network said after the incident that because these racist bigots try to prevent us from standing up for our baby, our boy, he should be afforded the same rights as Kyle Rittenhouse. Had Daniel Penny and all the people who have claimed whatever their defense was, Carmelo Anthony should be awarded the same rights.
No, man.
As Kyle Rittenhouse.
When you're white, it's right. When you're black, you're automatically fucking guilty. They don't need fucking a court. They don't need to see the fucking evidence because they believe black people are fucking guilty every time, every situation. That's how they feel.
Exactly. And they're saying that, additionally, they added that, there's not one single video of this incident between Carmelo and Metcalf.
Right.
But there is video of Kyle Rittenhouse with the AK-47 shooting 3 people in the back.
Right.
And the fact that they raised more than $2 million publicly that Kyle Rittenhouse was able to pull from.
Did they say oh, look, they're going to buy a house with the money. Oh, look, they're coming up off the money. Oh, look, they don't deserve it. Did they say any of those things when it was Kyle Rittenhouse? Nope. Fuck no.
They let him use the money. And in fact, out of the $475,000 from the Give, Send, Go fundraiser that has been started for Carmelo Anthony, not one single cent has been withdrawn or used by the family.
But they didn't. Oh, they bought a house. Look at them. They're coming up off of the money.
They ain't even touched it.
Ain't touched the fucking money, but that's what they're going with.
But your boy Kyle Rittenhouse touched his money.
That was okay. It's all good. Yes, we've watched the fucking Kyle Rittenhouse fucking video. We've seen it, dog. My regime. We've seen it. Everybody's seen it. He shot a dude with a plastic bag. We know. He did not have anyone that was coming towards him with a fucking weapon. He shot people that were just walking. Oh, he grabbed his gun. He deserved it. Oh, he was a molester, so he deserved to die. I don't give a fuck who he shot. I don't care what color they are. Everybody from the fucking right made Kyle Rittenhouse a fucking hero. Just like they made Zimmerman a hero. Anybody that kills anybody black, they are a hero to the fucking racist community in this country.
Yep.
He was a hero. They put him up on a pedestal. They're inviting him everywhere. Oh, Rittenhouse, he's the man. He killed all these fucking people.
My regime, you're wrong, because all of the reports are stating that he did shoot someone in the back. Kyle Rittenhouse did shoot someone in the back.
He shot a whole bunch of people.
3 people.
And y'all got to, Carmelo Anthony, a punk ass N-word. Wow. Y'all part of the problem. While blacks will always be in last place in our
and it's people like you.
Yeah, man, get your racist ass out of here, man. Shut the fuck up, bro. You take the racism somewhere, man.
Kiss the ring 12.
Man, whatever, man. He's a loser.
Kiss the ring 12. Don't even want to put his own name or face to his comments.
I do not care what fucking color any person was. But it seems like the situation's changing when it's a black kid. Everybody has different fucking morals and laws and rules when it's somebody black. That's all it's saying. That why does everything seem to change when the Rittenhouse situation, just because he was against the fucking people who were protesting at that time, y'all all with them. So, it's just ridiculous that every time something goes down, the story has to change. That's all I'm saying. If somebody walked up to you and grabbed you, are you defending yourself? Yes, you are. If Rittenhouse was scared because people was walking up to him, why does the black kid have different rules from him defending himself? If dude grabbed his gun and y'all saying he deserved to be shot for grabbing at that gun, does the other kid deserve to be shot for grabbing him and grabbing the actual person? It doesn't make any sense, man. If the kid is in the wrong, we will find out in the courts. But for me and what I am seeing, those kids did not have to come up to him and remove him from that place. That's all. Why would they remove him? Why would a teenager feel as though he can take and physically grab someone and remove them from the tent?
Right.
That's what we're saying. Why does that kid have the right to remove another kid if he felt as though the kid shouldn't be there? Shouldn't he went to a fucking adult? Why did he felt as though he had the right to remove that black kid from that tent? You was in high school one day, and if you grabbed a motherfucker and told him to move, there was going to be consequences. We all know that. If I grabbed somebody and told him to get up out of the way, that person might punch me, and we all know that. So why is the situation going to change? If Kyle Rittenhouse had a right to defend himself because somebody was grabbing on him, then the same goes for Carmelo.
Okay, my regime. I'm gonna give you this information real quick because you seem to think that black on black crime happens more than any other statistic.
Every crime,
I'm gonna tell you
80% of all white on white crime is white people that dies from another white person. Same it is for black person. That's
most
just the way
violent incidents against whites
happens by whites.
69%.
We already know that. It's nothing.
Black on black crime, 66%.
There you go. It's all about 70% that most crimes happen to you of color is going to happen to some person that's the same color.
That's going to be the same race or ethnicity.
That's the way it is. Because why? Because that's who you're around in your fucking environment.
Exactly.
That's why it happens that way. Because that's who you're around. That's the people that you're with. So usually you're going to kill who you're around and who you're with.
Who's in your environment.
That's the way it goes. The dad was moved from the conference.
Yes, he was. He should have been. Why would he go right there? To be there.
Why would he go? They having a press conference talking about the things that the black family is going through. Because people are sending them hate, fucking with their house, sending them hate mail, fucking with them online. Like all this shit. Did Kyle Rittenhouse family have to worry about death threats and people attacking him?
Did Kyle Rittenhouse have his home address posted online?
No, man.
Did Kyle Rittenhouse mama have her work address posted online?
No. So I mean, it's really unfair how the racists are treating these people right now, man. The way they are treating these people is fucking ridiculous. He deserves his day in the court. This is something this is a reoccurring issues with the Republican Party right now. They really don't think nobody deserves due process. What Donald Trump to say? I could tell when somebody's guilty just by looking at him.
Yep.
He said that shit out loud. That shows you that these motherfuckers are racist. Oh, I can tell he's not going to be a good guy. He's not going to be an upstanding individual.
He's not the only one to believe that. Because I have seen several videos this week alone on TikTok where white people are accusing black people and other races of being less than them.
Right.
I can look at you just by looking at you. You're not supposed to be here. You don't belong here. Just look at you. Look at your clothes. Look at how you're dressed.
Racism.
That's how they think.
Yeah, man. So Kiss the Ring, he says 13% equal 56% of all violent crime. That dude. I don't know where y'all get them bullshit statistics that y'all be making up, dog. But the number one thing I want to say to you racist motherfuckers, if you feel as though that black people commit all the fucking crime in America, why do y'all do everything to put your foot on us to make sure that we don't succeed? If we are so fucking horrible, why won't you let us fucking get out of the positions of being in the ghettos that y'all love to talk about? Why, when we try to fucking make ourselves better, there's always pushback against that? Black people for the last 15 years have made strides in white collar, blue collar, owning businesses. What happens? DEI kickback. People don't want to push back on DEI. Push back on affirmative action.
Mm-hmm.
Every time we try to get better, racists try to push us down. So if you don't want and you hate black people and the crime they commit, why won't you let us succeed? Why do you hold us the fuck back when we try to get out of the ghettos and the squalor?
Why do y'all put laws in place that keep us down? If you wasn't racist.
Right. If the motion, if you wanted to do something to help the people that are suffering, why are you doing the opposite of that? Why is everything is to make sure that the black people stay down? If you wanted us to be better, like you always, look at you, you're always killing each other. Well, why don't you do anything to fucking help these people get out of these situations?
Give them a job.
Why is always pushback when we try to succeed? Even from the days of Black Wall Street, you tore it up.
You burned it down
because you didn't like it that these black folks was trying to do better with their lives.
Black folks was being successful.
No, bro, we're Mr. Brad, we're not asking for fucking help. We're asking motherfuckers to leave us alone when we do make the motherfucking strides. Why has it got to be so much pushback when motherfuckers decide they want to do something better?
They first thing to do, look at Chicago.
Man, dude, you know you racist when you say some shit like look at Chicago. Dude, Chicago has one of the least crimes for a big city in America. New York and Chicago. You know that the Republican states have worse crime than Chicago? All the South, where the people are poor as fuck, in fucking Alabama and Arkansas, these are the places that have way higher crime than Chicago. They love to talk about this stupid shit. But the places with the less stringent gun laws have the most gun crime.
Oh, and get this. New Mexico is the state that has the highest overall violent crimes as of 2022.
Ain't no black people in fucking New Mexico, I could tell you that. Now, New Mexico is a Democratic state, but it's one of the poorest states in the fucking union.
Other states that have the highest crime rate include Alaska and Louisiana.
Very Republican states. Very Republican. And Republican states lead when it comes to gun crime, but they always love to point to somewhere else. Do you understand how big the city of Chicago is, Anthony? Do you understand? It's a big, big place. So a couple of crimes in Chicago doesn't mean anything because of all the people there. But when you have a crime in fucking Arkansas, and it's only 200 people there, that makes it worse than Chicago. Do you understand how that works? When you don't have a lot of people, but you have a lot of crime, that's going to make that place worse than a place that has huge numbers of people and only a couple people dying.
If you want to know the states that have that are the most dangerous,
we already know
to live in.
We already know.
Louisiana, Mississippi,
Republican,
Arkansas,
Republican,
Texas,
Republican,
Oklahoma,
Republican,
Montana,
Republican,
Alabama,
Republican,
Florida,
Republican.
Missouri, Tennessee.
Thank you. It's not nothing that you don't have to argue with me. I already know what it is.
And every single one of these states, Republican.
Republican.
As the most dangerous cities to live in.
Always.
The most dangerous states.
Always Republican. But they loved it. Oh, look at Chicago. Oh, look at Chicago. When they don't talk about they little stinking ass cities where the people are poor as fuck. Motherfuckers don't even earn over $5-6 an hour.
Right.
Because they won't raise their fucking minimum wage. Man, dude, look, man. The way America is ridiculous. Chicago, Oakland, New York, Los Angeles, they are not at the top of this list, my brother. There are big, big cities. And when it comes to murder, we go by per capita.
Mm-hmm.
Per capita. Now, I don't hate white people, man. I have no problem with them. Kiss the Ring 12. You came on here with pure racism. And then you want to bag up and talk about we hate white people? I don't mind any people of any color, any culture, anything. I love everyone. Only thing I hate is you motherfucking racists. That's it.
The safest states in America.
New York.
Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, Massachusetts,
Democrat,
Utah, Hawaii, Connecticut,
Republican,
Minnesota, Rhode Island, Wyoming.
All Democrats except 2 states. Now we're not going to look at the fucking cities. The motherfucking Republicans run the states. They run the states. How is a city making decisions over the persons that's running the fucking states? Y'all kill me with that shit.
Yeah, they'd rather go to the individual cities.
Go to the city, but the city does not have as much power. The mayor does not have as much power as the governor. The governor is the motherfucker who's making decisions for the whole place. But you want to try to put it on the fucking city. Put it on the city who can't make any fucking financial decisions. And if the state is ran by a fucking Republican Congress, they're not going to be able to do shit. Just like here, the Democrats have no fucking power. The Republicans make all the decisions. Ugh, ridiculous. All right, man, let's run sports. I mean, the comic book, my bad.
Yeah.
Comic Book Corner. Sponsored by...
part of the Habari team or become a sponsor, please email us at info@habarientertainment.com. We will create a special package just for you. Let's talk about some comic books, man. The Daredevil Born Again. I really love the show, man. It was 9 episodes of just, man, it delivered. It really did, man. I liked what it was doing, man. Daredevil Born Again. I cannot wait for season 2. The finale breakdown, man. Just talk about some of the things that happened. And we're going to just dissect the latest in superhero storytelling. And I just thought they just did a really good job of storytelling in this one.
Definitely. I agree. And, today we're going to dive into the intense finale of Daredevil.
Switch it, bro.
The Daredevil Born Again season 1, it did deliver a dark and gripping conclusion. I mean, like, it was the best episode I've seen all season.
Yeah, man.
It was my most favorite episode the whole season. And, the final episode titled Bullseye, brought a brutal confrontation between Daredevil and the Punisher. And this battle, it wasn't just physical, it was a clash of ideologies. Matt Murdock striving to uphold justice without killing, while Frank Castle, who believes in lethal retribution.
Man, their fight highlighted their contrasting methods. Go ahead and switch. While Matt seeks to protect life, Frank operates on the belief that eliminating threats permanently is the only solution. This dynamic added depth to the characters and set the stage for future conflicts.
It did. And Bullseye's role in the finale was also pivotal. His actions included the assassination of Foggy Nelson, orchestrated by Vanessa Fisk, which intensified the stakes. And this revolution added layers to the narrative, showcasing the lengths to which the antagonist would go to consolidate his power.
Yeah, man. The introduction of Bullseye, he was in the previous seasons, but to introduce his story and the way they brought in the blue and the way he was seeing in blue, and to just brought him in the way they brought him in this season was pretty dope, man. It escalated the violence, but also challenged Daredevil's moral compass, forcing him to confront the consequences of his non-lethal approach. Because he could have killed this dude, and then the problem would be over.
Right, exactly.
But this is decisions that he makes, man.
Yep. Keith, is it Carrie? This was the final episode. This was the final episode of the season. So we're currently waiting on season 2. So what Marvel has done, they did release a thing saying that, they do plan to release new seasons annually.
Yeah.
So we are anticipating
season 2 March 2026 is when the new season will be released.
Right.
Just 1 year. So
Just
it won't be
year.
2 years and all that craziness.
Right.
Go ahead, though.
So it'll be annual. But, Wilson Fisk's transformation into the authoritarian kingpin was a significant development for him. His declaration of martial law and outlawing vigilantes plunged New York City into chaos, setting up a formidable adversary for Daredevil in the next season.
Yes, man. Fisk consolidation of power. Go ahead, switch. And the establishment of crime-friendly Freeport in Red Hook, as revealed through Vanessa's schemes, added a political dimension to the series, reflecting real-world issues of corruption and control.
Yep.
Dude is pretty much Trump of New York.
He is.
That's pretty much what he is. And, the Punisher's return was wow.
And the post-credit scene teased Frank Castle's continued involvement, hinting at a potential spinoff or a special for him. While his reappearance suggests unresolved tensions and the possibility of further exploration of his complex character.
Yeah, man. This development opens avenues for deeper storytelling, potentially delving into Frank's psyche as his interactions with other characters in the Marvel universe. I like the way they brought in the swordsman. He was sitting in the prison also. I don't want to spoil it too much, but it looks like they're going to delve further into what the swordsman has going on too. And that's always exciting to learn more about certain characters, man. So in anticipation for season 2,
fans won't have to wait long because, as we said earlier, season 2 is set to premiere in March of 2026. Filming has already started in New York with the original cast returning, including Charlie Cox, Vincent
D'Onofrio, I think, something like that.
Yeah, that. And Deborah Ann Wall and John Bernthal.
Man. The upcoming season promises to continue exploring the aftermath of Fisk's rise to power and Daredevil's resistance with new characters, evolving dynamics, and narratives is poised for further complexity and intrigue. I'm hoping that he's going to put together an army, and we hope that the Defenders come back. We want to see Jessica Jones. We want to see Luke Cage.
That's exactly what I want to see.
Iron Fist. Yep. We want to see some more characters.
I would even like to see him include Peter Parker or Spider-Man into the street level fighting.
That would be really, really dope, man.
But the finale of Daredevil Born Again delivered a compelling blend of action, moral dilemmas, and character development. It set the stage for the exciting second season that is to come.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. The series continues to push boundaries, and we can't wait to see what's next. Stay tuned, man. We'll keep you guys updated on the Comic Book Corner for more insights and discussions. We really appreciate you guys talking with us.
Yep.
But let's run the sports.
Keith Carey said that
go back.
he was to the comment section, please. It's crazy that how fast it will drop when season 2, when they've been waiting season 2 for 5 years for
yeah,
Stranger
man.
Things.
I agree. It's taken a long time, but I think when it comes to Netflix and them doing shows, they do things a little slower.
They do.
But Disney is trying to up that production and try to get things out a little faster.
So we aren't waiting because
you think about when we were younger, man. The shows every year, man, they came out with a new season.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Nowadays, it's taking 2 years, 3 years.
But the productions are getting bigger.
I understand the productions are getting bigger, man, but they have to figure out a way to be more consistent on these
with their
shows
TV
coming
shows
out, because having things coming out 2-3 years later, you end up
you forget what happened.
Right, exactly, and it loses its muster. And one thing that I say about Invincible, that hurt Invincible. How long it took Invincible to come out with something new.
It did.
I wasn't even really interested in it anymore.
Yep.
And most people is trying to grab onto what's going on because it's been so long.
And they have to go back and rewatch previous seasons.
Right, because you haven't seen this shit in fucking 2 years. So I wish they would do a better job of getting this stuff produced. I understand it takes a while, but man, quickness and getting making sure to get it on the stove while it's hot is always a big part of making sure you have a successful show.
And also, I think that what they should be doing is reviewing the content as it's coming out. So, like, we got this season, right?
Right.
By the second and third episode, you should know whether or not there's going to be another season. You would be in talks,
but it's
of whether or not, hey, at the end of the season, no, we're not going to renew for another season.
Right.
Yes, we're going to renew for another season.
Yeah,
type thing.
Yeah, you would think so. But it seems like, the people at the top, it takes them a little while longer to make those decisions.
Mm-hmm.
So I just, the politics and everything else behind those things. So go ahead and run the sports, man, for we can get this last segment going here.
Habari Sports.
Habari Sports. We're gonna go over the sports news for the week. Let's go straight into it.
Yeah, Damon. This week, Angel Reese called for a boycott of Nike in response to their endorsement deal with Caitlin Clark.
Man, I have to 100% disagree with what's her name again?
Angel Reese.
My bad, Angel Reese.
Yeah, she feels as though that this Nike deal has been racially motivated. She believes that there's a disparity in how Nike is prioritizing and rewarding athletes like Caitlin Clark. And it's just, she's saying that athletes like Caitlin Clark are getting the better deals compared to other athletes, especially women of color. She additionally expressed her frustration through social media in her podcast, The Reese Life, suggesting that Nike was not treating all WNBA players equally.
Well, one thing I have to say is this, man. This one thing I have to say. Nothing is fucking equal. And especially in sports. There's nothing equal about fucking sports. You have a fan base or you don't. For you guys to say, we're fighting racism all the fucking time, man. And for you to use this shit as racism, Nike, who has launched the careers of so many people. Nike, who has put Michael Jordan in a position where he's one of the richest people in America.
Right.
I don't agree with you on this. I don't agree with the racism for Caitlin Clark. There are many other white girls in the league who do not have the popularity of Caitlin Clark. There's something special about Caitlin that people fucking love. It's not coming to other players. They're white and they're not getting the love. So I don't understand why they keep coming up with this shit that Caitlin Clark is only getting popular because she's white. Why the fuck ain't the other white girls getting popular? Like, dog, please stop this shit and go fucking play some basketball. Straight up, man. Women, I don't understand what's going on with the women in the WNBA, but complaining about somebody else's fucking shit off court is bullshit. Go get yours. Fuck, man. What the fuck does it matter if white people like her? That's her. Go get yours. I'm really sick of that shit, man. I didn't like it when the shit was first going on. I agree. Caitlin Clark has some fans that are fucking racist. Some of them are racist.
All of them
but
are.
that doesn't mean that companies who are trying to benefit off of her popularity are racist. She's popular. She's one of the most popular players, men or women, period. She's talked about. People love to hear about her. She's pushing the fucking boundaries. She happens to be white.
Yep.
That is not something that we should be talking about, discussing, or bringing up at all. Larry Bird in the 80s was the man. People loved him. Was it a lot of racism behind it? Probably so, but who gives a flying fuck? The man pushed the boundaries forward to help the league become a better place for people can be able to make their money and feed their fucking families. Caitlin Clark is pushing the boundaries. She's pushing it. She's making it more popular. It doesn't matter why. Take the fucking money and go home.
Yep.
Nike has 1 million black men and women under its fucking roster. 1 million. For you to say they're racist because they gave Caitlin Clark a better deal than they gave you, I just don't agree. She's just more popular than you. She's more popular. It happens. We have to get off of this shit, man. Let's stop pushing racism where it's not there. Let's focus on real issues, man. This is not one of them. I disagree with Angel Reese. I think that she needs to rethink this. Whoever the fuck is telling her what to do need to tell her to sit her ass fucking down somewhere because she's incorrect on this one.
Yeah, she is.
She's incorrect. But anyway, let's go into some more about the playoffs. We got Stephen A. Smith and Matasheba getting into it, man. I want to go into that real fast. Stephen A., he said that Matasheba is one of the worst owners in the history of basketball. Matasheba, he had an issue with that, and he had a press conference and he spoke about it. Let's play the clip of the Suns owner.
I don't take much he says seriously, I don't think many. Yeah, so Stephen A. Smith, I don't take much he says seriously, I don't think many people do, to be honest with you. Yeah, so Stephen A. Smith.
Oh goodness, it's not. I don't know how I did that. Just all right. Bring us back. Yeah, he had a lot more to say about it than that. I don't know why it just skipped out like that. But anyway, he didn't really feel that he should be hit with the label of being a horrible owner. He felt as though it was unfair, and he felt as though some of the things that he has done for the city to bring the games to TV for free, which is dope. I did like it. To lower the prices of concession stands was also dope. But winning is part of it too, Mr. Asheba. And every year we have gotten worse since you have taken over. We want to see something come of this. And you have to stand on your mistakes as big as you stand on your accomplishments. And it was a mistake to trade the whole fucking team. It was a mistake to get rid of everyone for Kevin Durant. Now you took a gamble. But when that gamble doesn't play off, you have to be man enough to stand up and say, this gamble did not pay off. Or we look at you as a chump. Now, many coaches are already hating you because you're firing coaches within 1 year. You're firing this coach. You're not staying down with anyone. So the next coach you get, you have to keep them. You have to make a good decision, a hiring decision right now. There's somebody that you are going to connect to. If not, it's going to be another mess. And if you have to fire this coach and we're paying 4 coaches because you couldn't be man enough to pick someone that actually fits what we're trying to do, because you're trying to put something together but don't have a fucking plan, it don't seem like it. Now, Budenholzer, they said he was horrible. He wasn't doing good for the players. Bobo said he wasn't protecting him. Some shit about fights. It's just horrible. The Phoenix Suns are a mess. And Matt Ashiba, you are the owner of the team, is going to fall on your fucking back. You can get mad at Stephen A. Smith and his opinion, but you are the one that's playing the fucking horrible ball. You're the one that put this team together that's playing horrible ball. Now, some responsibility comes on the team. Kevin Durant, he's supposed to be the best player on the team. Devin Booker, Beal, they all get the blame too. But you the one that put this shit together. You the one that put all this shit in the pot. Mm-hmm. And when the food come out tasting like trash, we're blaming the cook. And that's you. Sorry.
Ronald Brooks said, go out there and ball out. They'll give it to you. Angel Reese, just get your money.
For real, dog. She's doing well.
Yeah, she is.
I just want to just stop hearing the crying from her. It's not helping you. It's not helping what people think about you. Stop crying. Just go out there and fucking make it happen. Win. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. All the fucking women want to be down on Caitlin Clark. And the girl says nothing but good things about everybody. I'm not going to be against her because everybody else is. She seems to be pushing a good narrative. She seems to say the right things at all times. She pushed away her fucking racist fucking fans. She said, I don't want nothing to do with that shit.
She denounced
I'm not with it. I'm not with it. She says the right things, man. Stop attacking the girl. Please. It's not her fault that fucking this country is racist as fuck. It's not her fault.
Right.
Until she says something racist, I'm not going against fucking Caitlin Clark. Now her fans and the people who be spewing crazy shit online, that's 100%. Fuck them. But the person who's trying to play basketball and get money just like you, I'm not going against them. So the 2025 NBA playoffs are underway. We saw last night Dallas lost to the Memphis. And I forgot who lost in the East. Can you look it up real fast? We've got the latest matchups and storylines, man. So I'm going to go through these real fast. NBA playoffs, first round matchups. We got in the Eastern Conference, we got Cleveland Cavaliers versus the number 8 seed Miami Heat. They won. They beat Atlanta. Game 1 will be April 20th at 7 p.m. on TNT. Boston Celtics will be going against the Orlando Magic. Game 1 is going to be April 20th, 30:30 at the ABC. New York Knicks versus Detroit Pistons. Game 1, April 19th, 6 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. Indiana, the Pacers versus the Milwaukee Bucks. That game 1 will be April 19th at 1 p.m. on ESPN. For the Western Conference, we got the Oklahoma City Thunder versus the Memphis Grizzlies. Game 1 will be April 20th, 1 p.m. on APC. We got the Houston Rockets versus Golden State Warriors. Also April 20th at 9:30 p.m. on TNT. We have the Lakers versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. Game 1, April 19th, 8:30 p.m. Eastern on ABC.
These games
and we have Nuggets, Denver Nuggets versus LA Clippers. Yeah, game 1, April 19th, 3:30 p.m. on ESPN.
Mm-hmm. So, I did find those game results from last night.
Yeah, we got it. Miami beat Atlanta,
and Grizzlies
beat the Mavericks, right? Cavaliers versus the Heat. The Cavaliers, led by Donovan Mitchell, secured the top seed and faced the resilient Miami Heat, who clinched the 8th seed via the play-in tournament. That should be a very, very good matchup.
And just so you know, the Clippers Nuggets game is currently playing
going right now. Okay,
it's going right now. Clippers are up.
Okay. Boston aims to defend their title with Jason Tatum at the helm, while Orlando's young core, including Paolo Banchero, looks to make a statement. In the Knicks versus Pistons, the biggest story is the Knicks, with a strong regular season, face a revitalized Pistons squad eager to prove themselves. With the Pacers versus Bucks, we got Indiana's dynamic offense meets Milwaukee's experienced roster featuring a healthy Giannis Antetokounmpo, and we're hoping that
take that game 117-98, giving Indiana the lead in the series 1-0.
Man, it doesn't look like Damian Lillard is healthy, so they're going to struggle with that. But with the Thunder versus the Grizzlies, we got the Oklahoma City young stars like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander takes on Memphis in the battle of emerging talents. Rockets versus the Warriors. We got Houston's resurgence under Coach Ime Aduke faces the seasoned Golden State Warriors led by Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler. Lakers versus Timberwolves, LeBron James and LeBron James and Luka Doncic aimed for another deep run, while Minnesota's Anthony Edwards seeks to lead in upset. I'm definitely going for the Nuggets. I'm so sick of hearing about the Lakers in 5 already. Nuggets versus Clippers. Denver with the reigning MVP Nikola Jokic battles the Clippers star duo of Kawhi Leonard and James Harden. Kawhi has been healthy this year and playing decent, man. And this might be his best run since his championship. But we're going to be watching out for the playoffs. We'll keep you guys updated, man. And we'll talk about more and more as the weeks go on. We appreciate everybody staying on with us as much as they did. Thanks for everybody for talking. Thank you, Keith. Thanks. Let's see some more people. Ronald. Even Kiss the Ring, even though you racist. Who we got? Anthony, My Regime, Ronald Brooks. We appreciate all you guys for commenting and keeping the discussion going.
And BG Wallace from TikTok.
Thank you. All right, man. We're up out of here. We'll see you guys next week. May everything go with you. Please subscribe. Please follow. Hit the alert buttons. Thank you. Peace.
Holla, holla.
Thanks for watching another episode of Habari Live. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and get updates on news, the podcast, and more. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. And don't forget to visit www